If it's Labor Day, it's time for the UD Awards National Series presented by Slingshot Racing League. Tonight we head to Auto Club Speedway for our preseason clash. 45 laps are on the board tonight as we see who can survive 3 and 4 wide door-to-door action to claim victory and build their momentum heading into the first race of the season next week. Auto Club Speedway, nestled in the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains, once housed the colossal Kaiser Steel Mill, a thriving industrial powerhouse staffed by 10,000 employees. Born in the crucible of World War II in 1942, this steel mill stood as a pivotal wartime asset dedicated to crafting the very steel that fortified the warships of that era. In 1997, a remarkable transformation took place on these historic grounds as the 2-mile D-shaped oval track of Auto Club Speedway emerged. The iconic 100-foot water tower, a proud symbol of the Kaiser property, was thoughtfully preserved at the heart of the racetrack, now serving as a distinctive scoreboard. Over the years, Auto Club, formerly known as California Speedway, hosted many different racing series, including the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Truck Series, as well as IndyCar, AMA Superbike, and the Rolex Sports Car Series. With many winners across all series, from Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Christian Fittipaldi, and Sam Hornish. We finally saw the last NASCAR race there in 2023 with Kyle Busch bringing home the win. And as of right now, Auto Club is kind of in limbo with plans to make it into a short track, but I believe that is on hold at the moment. So we'll have to see just exactly where Auto Club lands. But I'll tell you what, Justin, I know you have plenty of experience here at Auto Club. What do you expect to see from these ARCA drivers tonight?
Thank you, Johnny. Well, the thing about Auto Club is you never quite know what's really going to happen. This track can turn into a strategy race with tires from a late race caution, or fuel strategy from a long green run, or it could just be flat out 3-wide battle all night with the draft that these cars provide. But to be fair, don't be surprised if we see some new names this season up front. We had a very good season last season, looking to pick it up this season. With that being said, it's time for everyone's favorite pre-race festivities, our national anthem, and we'll see you on the other side.
And we are back with the preseason clash from the UD Awards National Series. With these ARCA cars, we are wrapping up qualifying at the moment. But that was a great time for us to go into our pre-race stories. So Here we go. Starting out, new drivers. We have a few newcomers to the the National Series this season. Looking forward to seeing how they kind of mesh with everybody else. But Justin, take us through kind of that learning curve. That hey, it takes a little bit to kind of get used to how to drive around each other. How do you think the new drivers will fit in here tonight?
Well, new drivers, they're going to fit in just well. I mean, one thing about coming into a new series, being new, is you have to learn, how those veterans drive. And, when you're around them, once you kind of get a feel for how everyone kind of drives, right, you'll make your way through the front. But unless you come out the gate just screaming, which most of these drivers probably will. So it should be pretty interesting, but you just got to, take it easy. Use this clash race to kind of get a feel for your coworkers, I guess we could call them. Colleagues.
Absolutely, and hey, we're looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to seeing how these tires wear. And I know me and you both we had a race here, a recruitment race last week, and I don't know if we got enough green flag laps to really see how the tires wore, but I know it's definitely heat dependent, and it's a hot track tonight. So what do you think we're going to see on that end?
Well, we'll definitely see the difference because this track's kind of hot today. The weather, track temp's 118, so it's a little warm today. As you mentioned, it's not necessarily the tire wear; it's just maintaining the heat in the tires. If you can manage that here, probably use the draft to your advantage. Kind of being out front may burn them up more than just kind of being in the back, but also the aerodynamics will play in effect too. Kind of falling back to that recruitment race we did, tires did matter at the end. I know we had a late caution and some tire strategies were in effect, and those who had the fresher tires did make their way up, but it wasn't as severe as we had thought it would be. But given this track may be a little bit harder than what we did in that practice race, it may be a little more, a little escalated on the tire wear. So definitely looking forward to it. See who takes it easy at the beginning and who wants to charge to the front early.
Yeah, and one way to charge to the front is that high line. It is an option here in these cars, and hey, it might be faster for a couple laps, but it can definitely heat those tires up more. I think we're going to see a few drivers, maybe most of the drivers, trying to make that high line work. But man, is it really it's really worth it, after a little while. But hey, that's one of the best parts about this track is it's so wide, and there's so many different lines you can run. You can back the quarter up, run it up high, and get the runoff, and try to utilize that draft to make a pass. And that brings us right into risk versus reward. Is it worth going up there and trying to build those runs, making those 3-4 wide moves down the straightaway early on, or is it is it going to be better to maybe kind of mind your P's and Q's, let everybody else do that, maybe take each other out early on in this race?
I don't necessarily think so. I think you got to pick and choose when you want to be aggressive. Track position will be key here because once everything gets settled in, it is going to be difficult to pass without the drafting help. That higher line is going to have the momentum off the corner while the bottom is basically going to get left in the dust unless they have the drafting partner. One of the kind of quirks of this track is, corners, yeah, great. Straightaways, you need draft.
Yeah, and you might even see a little bit of that aero blocking play in effect tonight. But yeah, either way, it's going to be very exciting. And hey, we're happy that y'all have tuned in. We got 13 people in the stream so far, and yeah, hey, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Definitely want to hear from you. Who are you rooting for tonight? We got a lot of fan favorites in the field. It's just a preseason race, but we still got close to 20, something like that. So pretty good field tonight as we're getting ready to kick everything off. So yeah, let us know you're here, and we'll try to highlight any drivers you want us to talk about. Yeah, with that said, we still got a couple minutes left in qualifying. What do you say we bring somebody up for an interview. Maybe
We are. No, we're going to bring up our pole sitter tonight. Laura Wiseman, this is Justin and Johnny of the booth. Got a copy?
Oh, hey. Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, I see that number 84 starting off on the pole tonight. Tell me, how's the car feeling tonight?
Well, feels good. I did not expect a pole run, though.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's your first of the your first one here at Slingshot, is it not?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, well, man. Well, congratulations on that. But what are some of the things you're looking forward to in this race, or not looking forward to?
Try to stay out in front of the pack as much as possible. I think I was thinking of like how aggressive I needed to be to get up through the field, but well, half the battle's done right now, so I'm gonna try to stay there.
I'm gonna tell you what, I've been keeping an eye on you. I mean, these last, especially few months, and even this last season, you've been getting quicker and quicker. I've been having to watch my mirror a little bit, in this other series. So, hey, while you got about a minute left here, is there anybody you'd like to thank that got you here in our Clash race before we kick the season off?
Oh yeah, I got to thank everybody, all y'all at Spark, you and Johnny Broadcasting. Thank y'all for having me. Hello to my family and friends watching at home, and looking forward to a good race. And got to thank Tom Went for the paint scheme.
Alrighty, well, we'll get you back down in there in the Slingshot series. Remember, we're not Spark no more. But it's all right.
Yeah,
Good
that's
luck.
right.
But hey, congratulations on the pole tonight. First one, man, that's got to be exciting. But good luck in the race.
Yeah.
We'll be keeping an eye on you.
Thank you.
Oh, kind of kicked her off there, but wasn't going to say it, but I had to say it.
hey, it's all good. Definitely, hey, impressive run from Laura there. And yeah, real quick, before we get our grid going here, we do have our where is it? Here we go. Yeah, the schedule for this upcoming season here. This is our preseason race, and yeah, after this, hey, it's all points paying races. After that, we go to Daytona, Lime Rock, Iowa, and Kentucky to kind of kick the beginning of the season off. And yeah, hey, definitely still some room to join. So if you see this and you want to join, go ahead and follow us on Facebook and join the Discord and everything, and we'll get you in there. But it is time for our pre-race grid that has already started, and it's oh my. Well, bear with me because we're having some technical issues with it, but we do have Laura Wiseman, Ryan Rose, Ryan Hinkle, Chris Smith starting first, second, third, fourth, fifth place, Nick Serif and Rye Jones coming in sixth. We have Ellis Thomas in that number 38 and seventh, Jacob Phillips in eighth, then Steve Vest in the number 60, followed by Randy Gross in the 31. James Danforth starting 11th in that iconic number 88, followed by Lee Campbell making his way back here to Slingshot Racing League. It's been a while, and good to see him back. Nathan Gentry in that number 10, sharp-looking ride, followed by Robert Brobst. And we have Zachary Mitchell and Paul Thomas rounding out the field.
I got a entry there right at the last minute in 17th of Aaron Smith.
Yeah, Aaron Smith definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with here tonight. We've seen him time and time again coming in these league races, and yeah, hey, he could dominate, or he might get himself mixed up here in something. But hey, these ARCA cars, I've seen him win a number of these races, so he's definitely going to be one to watch.
Most definitely is. As we're going off into turn 3, about to take the green here. But before we get going, again, thanks everybody for tuning in. We got Max Cost in the chat. We got Daddy Rap in the chat. I'm gonna start calling him Daddy Rap. That's what we're gonna start doing him. Says if it means anything to you folks, I'm listening. Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah, we appreciate it, everybody. Yeah, once again, tell us who you're rooting for as we are coming off turn 4 to take the green flag. Laura Wiseman and Ryan Rose up front.
Yeah, Ryan Rose got a great jump on that outside and pretty much cleared Laura Wiseman before they even got to the line. Kind of a little slow start from the 84, but we know that speed in that 84 is going to be there tonight. Let's look at him just fanning off 4-5 wide behind him. Running that top line right now is Ellis Thomas. Lost a few spots up there, but gets that massive run. Ooh, scrapes the wall there just a little bit as they start to jockey for position here. Trying to find their draft partners.
Yeah, we saw James Danforth a little bit further back. He got the wall pretty good. He's going to lose some spots there. But up in front here, this is an intense battle from about third, fourth on back. Just 4 or 5 wide. It looks like coming down the front stretch to complete lap 1. It's going to be Ryan Rose leading the first lap here tonight.
Yeah, I was actually quite shocked to see how far that 78 was kind of pulled out from the field. Now the rest of the field's starting to slowly reel him back in. But, man, he had a great first lap there. Pulled, I mean, well over 10 car lengths over second place, Laura Wiseman. As Ryan Jones is getting a run on her here on the inside of 3 as they're side by side. But who's that? Is that Nick Seraph up there up against the wall? Expecting to see that huge run off the corner that these guys get running up there. Oh, no, he actually kind of slid up there a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to maybe bump draft Laura a little bit, make that outside line work and clear Rod Jones. It looks like it will going into turn 1. Nick Seraph's going to have the bumper ahead on Ryan, and he uses that, man, I want to say high line, but we see Ellis a little bit behind him going all the way out to the wall. And, yeah, it looks like Nick's going to be able to clear for third place. Ellis moves right on by in fourth, and Ryan Jones is going to fall back a little bit here.
Yeah, it definitely just seems like that outside. It's just that huge power run that they get because Chris Smith and Ryan Jones were just sitting there. I mean, and the outside line just blew by them. So they're going to probably learn from that and try to, I mean, everybody's just going to be fighting for the top line. Maybe at least until the tires wear off.
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit in the pre-race, the risk versus reward of running up high like that. It's going to heat the tires up, and I mean, is it worth the track position doing that early? And you know, you might pay for it later on, but we'll see. Right here, Nick Seraph up to second place, really putting the pressure on Ryan Rose for the lead.
Yeah, we'll definitely know whether it was worth it or not because Ellis Thomas, who started 7th tonight's already up to the 3rd position, probably already looking to try to game on 2nd. And he's been running that extreme high line. So we'll keep an eye on how his tires compare to the rest of the field who are running low. Well, actually, they're kind of running everywhere else except up against the wall. So, Nick Seraph, way loose.
He's able to hang on to it. What a moment from the driver to number 67 there. Man, that thing was wicked sideways. He's going to lose a couple positions, but good job gathering that up. He's still out just outside the top 5 here with Chris Smith.
Yeah, that was definitely a moment. Not sure if he got loose or if maybe he tagged the wall a little bit and kind of snatched it off of there. But nonetheless, he's back going straight. But that 84 machine right now is falling back. She's back to 7th, getting passed by Jacob Phillips in the 56 right now. What do you think, Laura's playing the long game?
Hey, it's possible. You know, save those tires. All these drivers up here, they are driving the wheels off of these cars. As we see Ellis Thomas and Ryan Jones really getting close there on the entrance to turn 3. But yeah, I don't know, man. You could throw a blanket under the whole top 10 right now. This has been some incredible racing. These ARCA cars at Auto Club are rivaled by none. But
well, we do have a little second pack that is formed, led by, Aaron Smith in the 70. Kind of running back here. You got Nathan Gentry right behind, Zachary Mitchell, Steve Vest, Paul Thomas. These guys falling back quite a bit. I mean, outside of the draft, but they could probably use that to their advantage and just take care of the car, save that set of tires. Because keep in mind, they only have, we got 2 extra sets of tires, including the ones they got on. So anticipating a caution, they take it easy. They could save a set for in case, some last couple lap moments. It may throw out a yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen it time and time again, but right now we are third place.
Oh, the
Ryan
leader is
Rose.
spun out. He saved it. He's down on the apron, unsure of what happened there.
Might have to pull up our side-by-side replay as we are still under green. Ryan Jones now assumes the lead with Ellis Thomas hot in tow, and Laura Wiseman has worked her way back up with that chaotic moment there from Ryan Rose.
Yeah, let's pull this up real quick and see what happened to the 78. Unsure if he had help or not because we were kind of looking towards the back here, but it doesn't look like it. You see him on the bottom here, and yeah, it just snapped right around on him too. But heck of a save from that 78, and I don't think that's going to hurt him too bad. He may have heated those tires up a little bit.
Yeah, it almost looked like a hardware malfunction from Ryan Rose there, but man, the battle for the lead is on. Ellis Thomas diving it low on Ryan Jones here. Not able to make it work just yet. We'll see if that outside line momentum is going to help Ryan as he has a push from James Danforth and Nick Seraph up there. Everybody's in a line up top, and Ellis is hung out to dry on the bottom.
Yeah, as we were mentioning about the draft, that 91 is probably one of the cars that you need to follow in this race. We kind of had, our preseason testing was at this track, and that 91 was fast, won the race in that race as well. So these drivers are all falling in tow right now with that 91.
So far, so good for Ryan Jones. We'll see how it pans out, but right now, James Danforth has that run. He used that high line to build some momentum. He's going to look to the inside of Ryan down the front stretch, and he might have been able to lead that lap at the line there.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, he did. He did lead that lap, but Nick Seraph is attacking that 88 right now. But here comes Ryan Jones with a huge run on the bottom. They're going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway, back to 2. Chris Smith is going to join, but look at it, just bottlenecked that whole top line. They're also 3 wide back behind with Ryan Rose trying to gain momentum back to the front where he was before that little slip up that he had. It's hard to keep up with right now, Johnny. They're swapping positions every corner.
Man, I'll tell you what, I don't know what is going on and these cars are all over the place. It's been an incredible race so far. Right now, James Danforth up in the lead. He gets in the wall a little bit. He's going to open the door for Nick Seraph to take that middle line. Ryan Jones on the inside. Not able to clear him, but he's going to be side by side down the backstretch.
Yeah, you just see how, man, it's just crazy how much momentum that outside line gets. It's deceiving too because you have the run and you want to just take it low like you normally would at any other track. But it's, oh, we got a wreck on the back on from turn 4 here. Ryan Rose is around, huge contact. Ellis Thomas, massive front end damage. Oh man, unsure what happened there. I just, for a brief moment, saw a flash of that 38 slamming the outside wall.
Yeah, we were
half our field was just in that wreck off turn 4.
We were 4 wide for a moment there, and we're going to go back and take a look at it. But yeah, we see Ellis running that middle high line. Nick Saris above him.
Oh, he
Nick
lost
just gets loose. Looks like he maybe clipped that seam, and that car just stepped right out. Massive pile up.
Yeah, Randy Gross there with nowhere to go. Slammed right into Ellis as he ricocheted off the wall. Ryan Rose also involved, but doesn't look like he... his back deck lid got removed, but that's a lot of contact, a lot of drivers out on this one.
Yeah, we're going to ride on board here with Randy Gross. We see it just happened so fast. There's absolutely nothing he can do. And yeah, that car is torn up, I'll tell you that. And a lot of other cars too. We do have one faster pair here tonight, so they're going to be able to tow and put it back in the pits, get a fresh car here to try to make a charge. But
well, I'm gonna have to call timeout. There are no fast repairs in this race.
Oh.
But going back and looking too, a lucky individual was at 84. Laura Wiseman seen the wreck, locked it up, and slid into it sideways. Doesn't look like got any damage on that car. So I think that was probably the only car that was in that wreck did not get race-ending damage.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, right now, though, Aaron Smith maybe came down and took fuel only. We saw him riding in the back there, maybe saved those tires, and yeah, he's going to try to make a play for some track position here.
Honestly, it's a good move. I think. I mean, 14 laps, you save that extra set to the end, just in case something like this happens again. I think it's a good call. But all these drivers do. I mean, aside from Aaron, all the other drivers do still have a full set of tires in the pits. So.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's a fairly short race from our standards anyway. So it looks like Aaron's going to come down pit road now. Maybe he's going to take his tires now.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on it though, and see if he does, and that's going to hand the lead back over to Rye Jones and James Danforth.
But is he taking his tires? Yeah, there he goes.
Yep.
So right now we only got two cars.
Call.
Two cars still trying to fix their damage. That's Ellis Thomas, Randy Gross in the 31. The 78 machine has called it a night with the damage that he had on his car, and everyone else is driving around on the lead lap still. Looked like Steve Vest had a little bit of damage from that wreck. He tagged into Ryan Rosario when he was up against wall, but his car looks good. Robert Brobst in the 5 has a little bit of front end damage, but I think they may be all right. So we'll see. Looks like Jacob Phillips was able to get his fixed. And I'm not sure. I don't think Paul Thomas had any. So I think we're looking good. I think right now we just have 3 drivers that are either on pit road or out of the race. Not too bad considering how big that crash was.
Yeah, it certainly thinned the herd a little bit, but yeah, still a lot of good cars out here. We have a couple of people in the chat. Somebody said, "Is Ellis okay?" I don't know. That was a pretty hard hit. Ellis might need to be checked out in the infield care center. But and then we also have Scott saying, "Someone tell Hinkle he needs to drive faster." Well, he's getting there. He's up in the top 5 right now, starting in 5th on this restart. So.
Well, we're back off. Ryan Jones with a commanding restart there. Clears the whole field and is taking command going in turn 1. Danforth holding off second. Really the first battle we got right now is between Chris Smith and Lee Campbell, who's rocking that outside, that number 14 machine.
Yeah, to see right now, Chris Smith looks like he's able to clear. He's going to assume 3rd position. And Lee Campbell's going to look to the inside, going into turn 3. Still looking out the back bumper of Ryan Jones as he leads this race.
Well, I guess the real question, Johnny, do you think it's going to calm down a little bit, or are they just going to go right back to it?
Well, so far it looks like it has calmed down. At least the first lap of this run looks a lot more tame than the initial start of this race. So I think maybe we might see them calm down. They got to have their fun, and now
who is that? That was yeah. James Danforth got a little tight on the wall there, and I think Ryan Hinkle did as well. Hinkle just tagged the wall off the corner there. He gathered it back up and is rocking, but definitely off the pace. Probably got some severe damage from. I mean, he hit that turn 2 wall pretty hard.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of a commentator's curse here, but yeah, Ryan Hinkle, he was running up at the top 5 there. That's going to relegate him kind of the back of the pack, but it doesn't look like there's too much damage on that car. He should be able to work his way back through the field. And yeah, he's not done yet, but I'll tell you, nobody is, because this battle in the top 5 is still incredible. We got looking at James Danforth here, kind of the last car that's single filed out. Right behind him is Laura Wiseman and Jacob Phillips battling for the 5th position. Jacob's on that inside trying to get a run, but Laura's going to use that momentum on the high side to clear him. And, yeah, set her sights on 4th place, James Stanforth.
Yeah, but don't forget, you got that bright yellow machine coming up quick behind them. That's Aaron Smith, who started dead last. You know, missed that first wreck and kind of took tires the second pass go around, but he's starting to make his way up to the field as well. I definitely don't count that 70 out by no means. So we're still pretty early. We haven't quite hit halfway through this little clash race yet.
Absolutely. We're going to look at our battle box here. See, Aaron Smith compared to Jacob Phillips ahead of him here. Says similar pace. It looks like Aaron really checked up right there. It's going to open the door on the outside for Zachary Mitchell.
Well, one thing about this track too is kind of you see how everyone's a little bit split out. Everybody's kind of running a line. This is when it's the most difficult to pass. You almost have to get a run on their outside, or kind of throw just a Hail Mary into the corner and be able to slide up, because if you don't, as you see that Jacob Phillips tried to make that pass and didn't, that outside line gets that run with the draft of the train that's in front of him, and it's almost impossible to pass him. But you see here, he throws it in there. He's going to have to slide up in front of her if she doesn't. No, she sticks her nose up there, and yeah, another attempt, but still stuck behind her.
Yeah, not able to make it work, and I'll tell you what, up front, they're not able to make it work either, but the top 4 has tightened up quite a bit here. We got Rod Jones, Chris Smith, Lee Campbell, and James Stanforth all under a blanket here, and we saw them all kind of fanned out there. They're racing pretty hard, and I think it's allowing Laura and Jacob and Aaron to catch up, and we might be about to see that crazy pack racing that we saw on the in the initial stint here. It's going to start back up here as we see Lee Campbell making that move on the outside, not quite able to get there.
Yeah, he's going to try the bottoms. Got Danforth's going to go with him, because you're definitely going to need that drafting help, but we'll see how it looks coming off of the corner here, because, you know, Chris Smith's going to have that run off of turn 4, but Danforth's too far behind to really help Lee, but he's sticking with him. Let's see if they stay low or pull up, but yeah, this is definitely a difficult place to pass when it's so draft dependent.
Yeah, we see just all the different lines. It's so amazing to watch. One of the reasons that I love Auto Club, and hey, I mean, Michigan's kind of there too, but nothing beats Auto Club with this. And yeah, we just saw the whole top 4. Each one of them was in a different line. It looks like Lee Campbell's going to fall back a little bit, as Jacob Phillips was able to get by Laura finally, and he's going to put the pressure on for 4th place now.
Yeah, we can see here Laura's going to start oh no, Jacob moves up the track, catches Lee Campbell, but they're able to keep it going, but the yellow flag is going to fly from that. Jacob tried to side draft Lee Campbell there a little bit and just hooked him.
Man, I'll tell you what a save from Lee Campbell here. That could have been a huge wreck. That could have been a race-ending wreck. But yeah, we're going to go back and look coming down the front stretch here, and we saw it with Laura. Jacob's trying to get that side draft, and yeah, Lee just moves down a little bit. Jacob's holding him a little tight, but yeah, they're able to save it, and man, that could have been a big deal. But
I will say that is a fortunate caution for them as well, because they would have been extremely off the pace and pretty much lose that draft train that they had going on. So kind of fortunate for, I mean, of course they didn't want it, but it's kind of fortunate that it did come out for them.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, we're going to step away for just a moment and hear from our partners at Pocket Crew Chief. We'll be right back on the other end of that to bring you to restart and final half of this race.
Hey partner, I'm Barry, your Pocket Crew Chief. the very first AI-powered mechanic for sim racing. Got a car that's a little loose or tight? Just tell me how it's handling, and I'll whip up instant setup recommendations just for you. Want me to get even more precise? Snap a picture of your setup, and I'll fine-tune it to perfection. And hey, I'm not just about giving orders. I'll explain why every adjustment matters, so you can really understand your ride. I'll even teach you the science behind the setup. Ever wonder why the track bar is so important? I've got the answer. With Pocket Crew Chief, I'll make you smarter, faster, and race ready. So what are we waiting for? Let's build to win.
All right. We are back, and we're under caution here, trying to see if anybody's in pit road. Looks like
Yeah, we got a couple of takers.
Ryan Hinkle looks to be one of the first ones down pit road, maybe taking that final set of tires, as you were just saying, and we'll see if that's able to pay off. Pitting about halfway, I mean, it's a solid strategy.
It doesn't look like he took his tires.
Yeah, maybe coming in to fix some
Getting some
damage. That
damage,
car
yeah.
doesn't look bad though. I mean, we see the cars behind him; they're missing their front end. Nick Serif and I'm not sure, is that Steve Vest behind him? Yeah, but either way, we got quite a few cars stuck in pit road there, and yeah, unfortunate for them. Hopefully, they can get their damage fixed and maybe stay on the lead lap here and make a charge up to the front. But so far, it's been all Rye Jones, and I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if he's in the Discord, but maybe we bring him up for a quick word.
We are unable to. He's not in here. Yep, definitely not in there. But one person that is on fresh set of tires and took their last set is that number 5 machine, Robert Brobes. So we'll keep an eye on him. He looks like he got the remainder of his damage fixed, and we'll see how fast that 5 is compared to the rest of the field as they get gathered back around here for the green.
Yeah, Robert's had a bit of an up and down night here. Looks like, yeah, there we go. Started 15th. Yeah, hey, he's gained 1 position through all of this, and yeah, we'll see if he's able to capitalize on that, get himself a win here. His cousin won our Cup Series race here last week at Daytona, and yeah, we might see. It'd be cool to see Probst back to back in a sense, you know.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that Daytona race was pretty spectacular. We're not going to relive it, though, Johnny. We're not going to relive it.
Yeah, we got a little too close for comfort there, but definitely an intense race. Good stuff. You know, we like to see it.
I'm definitely looking forward to this season as well. I mean, I'm sure, as most are, hope everyone else watching is as well. So we're about to take the greenback off here with, oh man, I can't even count. How many laps we got left to go, Johnny? How about this? We're coming to lap 28. Oh, 45.
That's right. Ryan Jones up front, Chris Smith on the outside. Ryan gets a great jump on the inside. Danforth's going to follow suit. And we're going to see if he is able to make a move on Chris for that second position. These guys been running up to the top 5 most of this night after that first caution. And we're going to see who, when it comes down to it, who's going to be the best here. But right now, single file up front. We're side by side for 4th place with Jacob Phillips and Lee Campbell.
Well, Johnny, I do got some good news. Just confirmed in the chat that the driver of the number 38 has been released from the infield care center. Ellis Thomas is okay.
Well, that's definitely good news. It was definitely a big hit. We saw there were some body panels missing off of that car. But I'll tell you what, we got a battle for the lead. Chris Smith dives it off into turn 1. He's going to clear Rye Jones. See if Ryan's going to try that crossover move down the backstretch.
I don't think he's going to have the momentum. Yeah.
Yep.
That was tough. He's going to end up right in line with a 28, just as he was doing with Ryan that previous run. They were actually kind of working together in a sense. They were able to pull away from the field a couple of times just by drafting each other down the straightaway. Kind of that, not even bump draft. They were just locking bumpers. Doesn't look quite like Ryan's doing that, as they're all stacking up on the outside line right now.
Yeah, it's wild. They're all single file, and then they fan out in about 5 different lines in the turn 1. But I'll tell you what, you talked about him earlier. Aaron Smith here has worked his way almost into the top 5 now. He's putting the pressure on Jacob Phillips for that 5th position, and man, he's been lurking at the back, but play the Jaws music, right? Because here he comes.
Well, it's tough. I mean, just trying to pass right now at this track and the stage that we're in, with everyone running single file on the outside line, it makes it almost impossible to make any kind of moves without being overly aggressive. I mean, that we're getting to that point. I'd probably say about 10 to go. You're going to probably see a lot more aggression out of the entire field when they make these moves. They're going to start cutting it a lot closer than what they were before. They're not quite giving the room anymore when they have to sail it off and pull right up in front of them. We'll see how these drivers do in these final closing laps here. But honestly, too, you can use this pre-race as, I mean, it's not the same track, but Michigan is on the schedule later on in the season as well. And they share so much similarities of how they drive in this kind of racing that we see here. So a lot of practice for these drivers as well. Oh, Laura Wiseman hard into the wall up high. Let's see if she's able to get it out of that wall glue. She's able to, but man, she's going to fall all the way to the tail end of this field.
Yeah,
tough break for that 84.
All the way to the back of the pack, back here with Ryan Hinkle now. And yeah, we saw her tagged wall earlier, but it wasn't that bad. That time it really got stuck. And yeah, unfortunate for our pole sitter here tonight. Gonna have to fight her way back through. We see Robert Pro sending it 3 wide in the middle between Nathan Gentry and Zachary Mitchell. Man, I'll tell you what, Zachary saw that. He said, I want nothing of that. He packed right out and let them go. See Steve Hess just behind in that 9th position. That number 60 Lowe's Chevrolet. Single file throughout the field here right now. And as I say that, Ryan Jones, he sends it off into turn 3, trying to clear Chris.
Slide up. He's going to have to do it. He does. Good move. That was a good move right there off of turn 4. And actually, the previous lap, Aaron Smith sort of did the same thing with Jacob Phillips, but Jacob had a bad exit of turn 4, allowing Aaron to pass for 4th. But yeah, the 70's coming, but that 91 back in control of this race. You know, he very good at being very defensive. So we'll see how this plays out for the rest of the field.
Yeah, definitely not ever yet. We see, man, a lot of shuffling for position, and these cars look like they are not happy. We see on quarter exit, man, everybody's sideways, wobbling around, and right now, yeah, James Danforth trying to make that move on Chris Smith for 2nd place. Aaron Smith says, no, you don't. I'm going to take that position and push Chris right back by you.
Yeah, you just see that momentum that outside line had. Is Chris Smith's going to try the same move that Ryan Jones did on him a minute ago, but he's not going to be able to. Ryan's able to keep the momentum up on the outside line, but Chris is going to have to block it because here comes that 70. 70's going to dip low with a crossover. Look out. Here he comes.
Yeah, here he comes. Here he is. We saw it. We've been expecting it all night. Aaron Smith up in the top 3, battling for this win now. Just not able to get by Chris Smith there. We also see Jacob Phillips and Robert Brooks really making that push up into the top 5 here too. And this battle is on.
Yeah, James Danforth gave Aaron Smith a shot down the front straightaway. Right at the start-finish line, got him a little loose, but now he's peeking to the outside. I think Aaron's going to be kind of hung out to dry here on the inside line as Danforth's going to make the move on the outside. Nobody's working with that 70 machine.
Yeah, that draft is so important down the straightaways. Just being able to push the car in front of you, and it's about the only way you can make something happen unless you dip low on exit and get that side draft like Chris Smith just did on Ryan. Man,
Oh,
they're
man.
all over the place. And
Yeah, Chris Smith just dumped all the air on the rear spoiler of that 91, checked both of them up, and then the entire field just had a huge run on both of them. I thought Danforth was going to try to squeeze it up against the outside wall there, but just wasn't able to. Contact between Danforth and Jacob Phillips. Looked like Danforth tagged the wall a little bit, but while all that's happening, Aaron Smith has made his way back up to second place, passing Chris Smith.
yeah, we saw that moment from Jacob Phillips here. We're going to ride on board with him. We get a great shot of the leaders in front of him.
Yeah, here comes Aaron Smith to the inside of the 91. He's probably going to sail it in there to try to clear the 91. Is he going to be able to? Ryan's been very good at holding that outside line and just keeping the nose, and he's going to be able to. And 91's going to get that run, but here comes Chris Smith. Is Aaron going to block the run? He does. What's Chris going to do with it? Well, he's going to back off, but Robert Brobe said otherwise as he soars it off into turn 3, gets underneath Aaron, but he's going to have to back way out of it.
We see Chris Smith a little unsettled coming out of 4 there. He got a little loose, and Danforth said, hey, well, you backed up to me. I'm going to help push you back by Robert Probst here. Going down to turn 1. Top 3 is Ryan Jones, Aaron Smith, Chris Smith, and the battle is on. Incredible racing, all different lines, and still no clue who could come home with the win.
Yeah, this top field of about 6 cars here is pretty much pulled away from the rest of the field, like in that second pack. But man, any of these 6 drivers have the shot to win this tonight, as it's just going to be a matter of getting lucky with that run and hoping the guy in front of you just doesn't get the good momentum off the corner.
Taking a look here at Lee Campbell. He kind of fell off there for a little bit, but he's making his way back up here, trying to challenge for a top 5. Really impressive run from that number 14 here tonight.
I think the 70, what's he going to do with this run? Him and Chris Smith got a great run on Ryan Jones, but now he's going to back out of it. I think they're going to try to save that momentum until probably the last lap when they really have a shot, and the draft won't affect them as much. But that's, if you're sitting in second place, but the rest of the field is going to try to foil your plans. That's got to...
Yep, the harder you get to racing for the lead, the more opportunity you give to the cars behind you to make something happen. But you got to do it soon, because it looks like we have just 5 laps to go here.
Yeah, no, I mean, Robert Probst is on the freshest of the tires of the group, and you can see him right at just behind James Danforth there. And I'm not really seeing the speed difference between him and the leaders, so maybe the tire fall off is not as strong as we thought it would be today. But that number 5 definitely has the freshest tires of the whole group. As Aaron Smith's going to duck underneath the 91 for the run here. Let's see if he's able to clear him. I think he might be able to off of turn 2 here, and he does. He definitely does. Ryan Jones just did not get that corner exit as he wanted. He does have it now, though. A little too late, but is he going to be able to clear him in turn 3? Chris Smith is opting to help stay behind Aaron. Oh, man, Ryan Jones and that 91 sent it into turn 3, slides right up the track. Another crossover move by the 70. This is probably going to be lap for lap to the end, Johnny.
I'll tell you what, I'm here for it, though. This has been an incredible race through and through. With just 3 laps to go now, we got the Smiths versus Ryan, and then we got Robert and James Danforth still clinging.
Oh, Ryan's getting loose off of 2. Oh, he held on to that. Man, he got loose. That foot was as far down the throttle as it could. Just started losing the rear traction. Opens the door for Chris Smith. But, man, Robert Probst is still trying that bottom line. trying to get past Danforth for those fresher tires. But I think he's starting to slowly run out of time here as the laps are winding down, and Aaron Smith is actually starting to pull away.
Yeah. With 2 laps to go, these guys are going to have to settle this out if they want any chance of catching Aaron now. He's pulled away to about a 0.2 of a second lead. And, yeah, this side-by-side side drafting action is not going to help your case.
Oh, it definitely is not. As Chris Smith finally clears Ryan Jones, they're off 2 lap car. Nick Serif gets out of the way for the leaders here. But, man, that was a huge run down the back straightaway. They caught, car lengths on Aaron Smith, and I expect to see it as Aaron Smith comes off turn 4, and we're going to be taking, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be taking the white flag this time by. There it is, waving nice and strong. Can Chris Smith pull the upset on Aaron Smith? Look at this huge run that they have right now going into turn 1. They all check up. Chris is going to opt to run that outside line. I think Chris is going to need help from that 91. Oh, no, he slips up off of turn 2. That opens the door for Ryan Jones, and he has a massive run right now. What is he going to do with it? Is he going to sail it off into turn 3? No, he's going to opt to take it way to the outside. I don't know if the momentum is going to be enough.
Not quite going to do it. It looks like coming out of 4, Aaron Smith is going to win the Clash for the UD Awards National Series, and man, a drag race to the line between Chris Smith and Ryan Jones. Ryan's going to just edge him out for that second place position.
Yeah, that was crazy back and forth, swapping for positions every corner just about to bring us that result. But no surprise seeing that 70 being the one out front at the end of this thing. But man, it definitely was not given to him.
No, he had to work for that one, and right down to the end, man. Without that little bit of a mistake from Chris getting loose there, definitely could have been a different story. But yeah, we're going to take a look here as Aaron Smith's going to burn it down on the front stretch. We're going to step away for just a moment, and we'll be right back on the other end with our top 3 interviews here tonight. All right, and we are back right here on Slingshot Racing TV. And yeah, I believe we have Chris Smith, our 3rd place finisher here tonight. Yes, we do. In the booth. Chris, tell us, man, what an exciting race. That was a lot of fun to watch. What was going on behind the wheel there?
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun. These things, just the big hole they punch in the air kind of keeps everybody real close, and but you're going fast enough where handling does matter. And when at the beginning of the run, you just had to be real precise and real careful about trying to protect the top, and that was the big goal, was to not get freight trained down the straightaways. You wanted to try to be real smart about how you completed your passes, but then as the run went on there, it's it became a sort of like a race between the right front and the right rear. Which one were you going to burn quicker? And I think I was burning the right rear a little bit quicker than what I needed to there in the closing laps.
Man, we saw it, and definitely could have had a really great chance at the win there, man. But that thing just stepped out a little too much, coming to, I think it was out of out of 2, right? On the last
Yeah.
lap there, man, it was definitely exciting to watch. And we saw a little bit, especially early on, with you guys kind of trying to bump draft to make a run. It was pretty interesting how that was playing out. Not so much like a draft pack, but if you kind of like teamed up, you can make a really big run on the car in front of you.
Yeah, I agree. Is a lot of times, the experience that I have here is like in trucks and Xfinity, probably more than anything else. And you can bump draft in those, and it's a slight, it picks it up slightly, but man, when these things get hooked up, it does seem like the speed difference is it's a lot greater than if a guy is not doesn't have that help behind him. It just seems like the margin's a lot larger in these cars than maybe in some other ones. So yeah, there's a few times where we tried to get lined up and push. I know when Aaron was coming up through there, I knew he was going to be really tough to beat. And I got behind Ryan right there to try to put myself in position there for the next set of corners. And it was just a big old chess game. You're trying to think ahead about where you wanted to be on the next straightaway after the one that you were currently on.
I'll tell you what, it made for an incredible race, and yeah, congratulations on that third place finish. Before we let you go, celebrate with the team. The floor is yours for any sponsor shout outs, fans, friends, family, teammates, anything like that. Have at it.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my mom and dad if they're still up watching at home. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting this, and y'all do an awesome job every single Monday night. Everybody at Slingshot TV for all their hard work during the week. Ellis, my teammates Paul and Steve. Also to our sponsors here, UD Awards. I should have them on my car next week in the season opener at Daytona. So looking forward to ripping the purple. Stand Up Fight Series. Everybody that sports this deal, Evan Pienta Designs. It should be a great season. I don't know if I'm going to be at every race. I think I'm kind of leaning towards I'll be at every single one of the Monday night ones, but we'll see. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, we hope to see you there. You got to defend that championship, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely going to be a fun race, and we appreciate the kind words there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right, that was tonight's third place finisher, Chris Smith, defending champion of the ARCA series here, and we're going to move on to second place. I believe Justin, you got caught up with Rye Jones.
Yeah, I'm caught up here with Ryan Jones, our runner-up tonight. Ryan, got a copy?
I do. Was it?
Well, man, for starters, congratulations on that second place finish. And I mean, it was well fought nonetheless. But tell me, how did we navigate that 91 up here to get the second place finish tonight?
Yeah, just the draft is just still way too strong, especially for these ARCA cars. So if you can kind of stay up there and kind of work your way through traffic and just get a little lucky, it's easy for me. I say it's easy. It's not. None of it's easy, but it's fun getting up to the lead and then just kind of taking control of the race. And at the end there, it's anyone's game. And we just battled hard. We all had the tires to do so, and made it a lot of fun.
Well, I will say you say it wasn't easy, but you definitely made it look easy. I mean, you had that 91 in the top 3 pretty much the entire race. There was only a handful of times that you fell back, but when you did, you made your way right back up to the front. But hey, man, before we let you go and celebrate that second place finish, is there anybody you'd like to thank? Got you here tonight.
Oh yeah, I got to thank all the payday guys. Got to thank you guys for putting on the show. Can't wait to watch the replay. Looking forward to the season. I'm gonna try to make as many ARCA races as I can. I don't know if I'll make all of them, but I'm looking forward to making all the Gen 4 Cup races on Wednesday nights too. So hopefully everybody turns into those. And yeah, thanks to Slingshot for coming back on board. And I'm excited. Let's get this thing going.
And getting it going, we shall. But that was your second place finisher tonight, Johnny, and I think you got the man of the hour tonight. Maybe he
Yes,
doesn't.
I
Aaron Smith.
do.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, what's up?
Aaron Smith, man, you brought it home in first place tonight. We saw you start at the back, and you kind of stayed back there for a while, minding your P's and Q's, but you made the perfect charge to the lead right at the end of the race, man. Tell us how you did it.
Well, I was trying to save fuel there because I knew I could make it 45 laps. I was up to 43 by the time that caution came out, and I was on track to save just enough to make it, but we got that caution. Took tires at about lap 15, and we had another caution 10 laps after that, and I was wondering if I should go back in and take my last set of tires, but I decided against it in case we got a late race caution. But everyone kept themselves in line. They ran well, and we didn't get another one for the rest of the race. So we had ourselves a clean race, and man, that right rear got soft. I was worried I'd spin that thing out going for the lead, but fortunately we didn't.
Yeah, you were definitely able to hold on to it, and man, they were trying to mount a charge on you there at the end. Chris Smith got a little loose, and that was about the last thing you had to worry about, man. But yeah, tell us a little bit about just how these cars were driving, man. We saw the draft was a huge deal, and man, different lines and all that. Like, what was the preferred setup for you?
Yeah, you had to stay on the top there unless you wanted to get swamped by everybody that you already passed. So I wanted to save myself that frustration, but there were points where you had to jump out of line, run that inside to try to get more spots on people. Because if you went up the track, further up than a lot of those guys were running, sitting there in the middle, you'd wash up and destroy your right front. So you had to make a decision a straightaway early, as someone might have said already. I think that was Chris, but yeah, you had to think before you acted. And while that is cool in its own way, like the draft was really strong, and it was difficult to really maintain a position on merit. Like you almost had to force everybody out in order to start making advances. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this season plays out from the other side of the screen.
Yeah, well, hey, if it's anything like this, it was certainly exciting to watch. Maybe not the the best behind the wheel, but hey, I still think it was a lot of fun. Before we let you go, celebrate with the team. Anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors? I mean, you can see so many of them on your car right now. I'm sure you have a huge list.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't have my cue card available for all the folks who support this championship and the Gen 4 championship yet, but I would like to thank the folks at the Slingshot Racing League for letting me hop into this race. All the folks who are watching, and y'all broadcasting, got that out of order. But yeah, we'll see what happens on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we appreciate the words. And yeah, go celebrate with the team. That is the number 70 yellow banana machine of Aaron Smith, tonight's winner. All right. Well, what an exciting race here, Justin, man. You gotta be impressed, with what we saw here tonight. We had, a wreck or two, but really one of them was a save, and it's not going to go down that way, but it should. That was an incredible save, and yeah, just crazy side by side action. What are your thoughts after witnessing that one?
Well, my thoughts are that's pretty much what the season's going to look like, and anybody out there watching still, man, you still got time to sign up. First race of the season is next week. And, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The racing itself's been really good. We go to Daytona, which these ARCA cars at Daytona are just phenomenal. I have a blast watching them. I had a blast being able to drive them. Probably my favorite. So I'm looking forward to that. We got a couple of, we got a couple of road courses on the schedule, as you can see here on the screen now. Short tracks, medium, they're kind of cookie cutter tracks, and Pocono is going to be pretty exciting as well. But yeah, I mean, we got a wild season ahead of us. Great racing that we're going to be looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a lot of fun, man, and I'm looking forward to calling all these races. And yeah, I'll tell you what, one thing we have to do here still is we have to go through our finishing order, and I think do we have it right here? Yeah, here we go. Aaron Smith, Rye Jones, Chris Smith, top three. We just talked to them. James Stanford running into top five all night long. Came up just short of that podium spot, but yeah, definitely a strong performance from him, and hopefully we get to see some more of that from him. Robert Probst coming home 5th. Jacob Phillips 6th. Lee Campbell coming home 7th. And tonight's pole sitter, Laura Wiseman, coming home 8th. We have Ryan Hinkle and Paul Thomas rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, 11th place. Steve Vest with Zachary Mitchell in 12th. Nathan Gentry also finishing last on the lead lap. 13th, Nick Seraph was a lap down, got past there with about 2 to go. And then everyone involved in that big crash that we had that kicked us off, Randy Gross, Ryan Rose, and Ellis Thomas got out last tonight. But it's just our little exhibition race, the preseason race. So these guys get their bearings back straight and take their fast rides to Daytona.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate circumstances there in the beginning there. Definitely 3 strong cars that were taken out early. And yeah, we'll see if they can maybe avoid the chaos next week and make kind of a rebound from that. But yeah, I'll tell you, speaking of next week, I guess it's more this week, but we have a couple races coming up. We got our Invitational Series, the Stand-Up Fight Series Invitational Cup from Slingshot Racing League, coming right here on Slingshot TV Wednesday night at 8:30 8:30 at Atlanta, Old Atlanta, the better Atlanta. And then Thursday night we have the Fall Creek Plumbing National Series at New Atlanta with the Xfinity cars, race number 2 of their playoffs. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And then following that, next Monday, right here at Daytona, race number 1 of the UD Awards National Series. With that said, I believe it is time for us to head out. And hey, we appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that tuned in tonight, everybody that supports us at Slingshot Racing League here, Slingshot TV. And yeah, until next week, this has been Johnny Rapp for Justin Wilson in the Slingshot TV booth. We will see you.